Hello and welcome to this 30-minute class helping you to work on your Lotus Pose, Padmasana. If you have a block or a small pillow, then it's going to be really handy for the class today. I'm just using a folded up towel, but you can use a blanket as well. If you have any of these things, I would recommend you pause the video, go and grab them, and then just come straight back. So we'll start off in a wide-legged child's pose, bringing the feet together, knees apart, and let the arms outstretched in front of you. Or you can make a couple of fists and rest the head down. Just find what feels comfortable for you. Close the eyes, and we'll start to relax in and connect to the breath. Beginning to breathe deeply, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Just arrive into the present moment. Any thoughts you have about today or tomorrow, just put them to one side. It's just you, your mat, and your breath. And as you inhale, see if you can fill the lungs up completely. And on the exhale, emptying everything out. Slowly bring your awareness back. And as you inhale, we're just going to gently push yourself up and out of the pose, coming into a tabletop position. So, tabletop position, we want the wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. As we inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up, keep the knee bent, bringing it all the way out to the right hand side and lowering back down. Again, we inhale the right leg up, bring the knee all the way out to the side and come back down. Try to keep the movement only in the hip, up, all the way out to the right hand side and back down. Good. Slowly back up, all the way out to the right and back down. And one last time, keeping the knee bent up, out to the right hand side and back down. Good. This time we're going to extend the legs straight back behind us, so push the heel towards the back of the room. Bringing the leg all the way over to the right hand side, touch the foot down. Keeping the leg straight, bring it all the way back through centre and over to the left. Touch the outside of the foot on the floor. Good. Let's do a few more. Now try to keep the leg straight the whole way round, coming round to the left hand side and all the way back round to the right hand side. One more. Straight back and left and straight back to the right. Now this time plant the sole of the foot down onto the floor and we're just going to very gently push the hips back and down. Coming back up on the inhale. Exhale, push the hips back and down. Good. Inhale, back up and back down. You should feel a nice opening in the inner thighs and the groin area here. Coming back and forward. Back and forward. Lift that leg back up, bring it round, and then come back to tabletop position. Coming over to the other side now, we'll lift the left leg up, keep the knee bent, bringing the knee all the way out to the left hand side and coming back down. And we're trying to keep this movement controlled, slow and controlled, so keep the muscles engaged. And we're trying not to disturb the alignment of the hips, so try to keep both of the hips square to the floor and keep that rotation in the hip socket. moving with the breath. And now as you bring the leg back, this time we're going to extend the leg straight back, bringing the foot all the way to the left, touch the floor, bringing the leg back and over to the right, touch the floor. Out to the left hand side, touch, back through the centre and over to the right, touch. Try to keep the leg straight, keep the hips square. One more time, over to the right and back round, this time planting the sole of the foot onto the floor and gently pushing the hips back and down. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, coming down. Slowly up and down. See if you can keep pushing that left foot into the floor. Coming down and back up. Down and back up. Now lift that left leg back up, bring it round, down and back into tabletop position. Now from here we're going to bring the hands forward, tuck the toes under, lift ourselves back and up into a downward facing dog. And we can start to bend one knee, bend the other knee, pedaling the legs out, finding a bit of movement in your down dog. Now straighten both legs, and on the next inhale we're going to lift the right leg upwards into a three-legged dog, trying to keep the hips both square to the floor. Lift and push the heel up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Bend the leg, slowly step the foot on the outside of the right hand, coming in to a lizard lunge. Now from here we're going to drop that back knee. We're going to untuck the back toes. Now you want the front foot and the back knee about the width of the hips. That front right knee should be bent around about 90 degrees. And you should start to feel a nice stretch in the groin and the left hip flexor. Just breathe into it. Now to add a little bit more, we're just going to walk the hands forward a few inches, starting to deepen that stretch, and just breathe into it. And if you want to add a little bit more, we're going to tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up, and you can even come down onto your elbows if you have enough flexibility. Wherever you're at, just breathe, holding here. Now if you had that back knee lifted, gently lower it back down, coming back onto the hands, untuck the back toes. Now we're going to come onto the heel of that right foot, rotate the foot out around about 45 degrees, gently placing the right hand onto the thigh and gazing backwards, twisting open. We're coming onto the outside edge of that right foot and we're very gently pressing the leg open, coming into a nice twist. And now we're gently going to come back out of the twist, rotating that front foot back round, Tucking the toes under, lifting the back knee, and bring that right leg all the way back and up, back into a three-legged dog, and down for our downward dog. Coming over to the other side now, on the inhale, we're going to lift that left leg up, kick the heel up towards the ceiling. Keep both of the hips square to the floor. Keep pushing that heel up and back. Breathe in here. Bend the knee, slowly step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Lizard lunge on the other side. We're going to lower that back knee, untuck the back toes. Front foot and back knee are around about the width of the hips and around about a 90-degree angle in that front left leg. Breathing here. And you should start to feel a nice stretch now in the right hip flexor and the groin. Gently walk the hands forward a few inches, deepening that stretch. And again, if you want to add a little bit more, we're going to tuck the back toes under, lift that right knee up off of the mat. Staying here, feeling that stretch. And if your flexibility allows it, you can come down onto the forearms. Staying strong through that back right leg. Don't forget the breath. Keep breathing. If you had that back leg lifted, slowly lower the knee down to the mat, untuck the back toes. We'll come back up onto the hands. And now come onto the heel of that left foot, slowly rotate it out to the left about 45 degrees. Coming onto the edge of the foot, bring the left hand onto the thigh and slowly twist yourself open and look towards the back. And gently coming out of the twist, both of the hands come back down to the mat. We're going to tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Lift that left foot up, step it all the way back and back up into three-legged dog. Extend the leg, push the heel all the way back up and release it down. Downward facing dog. You can pedal the legs out once again. And slowly drop the knees. And we'll meet in a seated position. Now this is where your blanket or your towel is going to come in handy. So prop yourself up, sit on top of it, and bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to come into butterfly pose, Padmasana. So grabbing the soles of the feet with the hands, we're going to try and keep a nice tall straight spine and just start to gently flap the legs up and down. We'll just stop here and we'll gently open the soles of the feet like a book. Pressing the elbows down into the thighs, we're going to slowly bend and fold ourselves down and forward, hinging from the hips. Holding this position here for a few breaths. Slowly coming back up, you can close the feet back together. Using the hands, close the knees, and we're just going to swing the legs from right to left, allowing the blood to come back through the joints. Setting up for our second round of butterfly. This time, see if you can bring the heels a little bit closer in. Grab hold of the feet, keep a nice tall straight spine, and start to flap the legs up and down. Stopping here, we open the soles of the feet like a book, gently press the elbows down into the thighs and slowly bending forward. Try to imagine as if you're pulling your chest towards the feet. Really feel that stretch. Slowly coming back up, closing the feet, using the hands to close the knees again, and we rock from side to side. And now setting up for a final round of butterfly. Again, see if you can bring the heels just a little bit closer this time. Grab onto the feet, nice tall spine, flap the legs up and down. Keep going. And stop here. Open the soles of the feet up, pressing the elbows in, pulling the chest down towards the feet. See if you can get a little bit deeper this time. Keep stretching down. And slowly coming back up, closing the legs. Rock from left to right last time. Straighten both the legs out in front of you. Adjust yourself so you're comfortable. And we're going to grab onto that right foot and right knee, pulling the shin in towards the chest. And as we do, we're going to rock the leg from left to right. This is a really nice opening for the hip. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to bring the arms underneath that right shin so it's resting on the elbow creases. Keep pulling it in towards the chest and rocking it from left to right. Really feel that opening in the hip. Keep moving, keep breathing. So we're going to set ourselves up for half lotus forward fold. Now to do this, we're going to keep the knee joint closed. So it looks like this. And that prevents the knee from twisting, and that's when the injuries occur. So this is going to be a good indication to see if your body's ready for the half lotus. So from here, we're going to try and pull that right heel towards the belly button. As you pull it in, we're going to then rotate the hip across and gently place that right leg down into your half lotus position. Now, if this is too intense for you, just bring the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. coming into a Janu Shirshasana position. If not, come into that half lotus, slowly, slowly. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, we'll just start to fold forward over that front left leg, grabbing onto the foot, the shin, the ankle, or just resting the hands down. Breathing here. Slowly, slowly coming back out. We'll gently lift that leg back up and extend the leg forward. We can wiggle the toes here and just let the blood come back through the leg. Okay, other side now. Grabbing onto that left foot, left knee, gently rocking the leg from left to right, and keep pulling that shin bone in towards the chest. Really feel that nice opening in the hip. Again, those who want to go a little bit deeper, bringing the arms underneath, let the leg rest on the creases of the elbows, and rock from side to side. Keep pulling everything in towards the chest. Okay, half lotus forward fold on the other side. Remember, we're going to try and keep that knee joint closed the whole time we're setting ourselves up. So we pull the heel in towards the belly button first, then rotate everything round and gently place the leg into half lotus. Again, if this is too intense, just bring the sole of the foot in. Now you might find that one side is a little bit more open than the other side. This is completely normal, so don't worry about that. Wherever you are, fold forward and breathe. Slowly rising back up. We're going to lift that left leg gently up and extend it forward. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the legs. Just let the blood come back through. Okay, let's do it. Now, if you couldn't manage half lotus on either side, then just come to a comfortable cross-legged position. If you want to try half lotus, bring the left foot in and that right heel up towards the belly button and across. Now, if this feels comfortable for you, you can go for full lotus. Keeping the knee joint closed, we're going to bring that left leg up, round and over into full Padmasana, full Lotus Pose. Find a comfortable position. Now we're going to perform Jnana Mudra here, so bring the tip of the index finger to touch the tip of the thumb, straighten the arms and allow the palms to face upward. We're going to inhale here and slowly drop the chin towards the chest. Close the eyes, keep the spine tall and straight, and breathe. Whichever position you chose, whether it was cross-legged, half lotus or full lotus. Just try to remain still. Focus on the breath. You might start to find this position becoming quite intense. Maybe you're feeling some discomfort. Just keep breathing. Keep the focus on the breath. And just know that this feeling will pass. Let's take one final round of breath together. Take one big inhale, deep, filling the lungs up completely. And on the exhale, we'll slowly lift our head back up, open the eyes, and very, very gently lift that top leg up, straighten it out, and you can lift the other leg up, straightening both the legs out in front of you. Give the toes a wiggle, give the legs a shake. Well done. Setting up for the other side now, we'll bring that right leg in and we'll bring the left heel in towards the belly button, rotate over into half lotus. If you want to go for full lotus, keep that right knee bent, bringing the heel in towards the belly button and across. Again, it's very common to feel that one side's more open than the other, so don't force anything. Remember, we're going to be holding this position for around 2 minutes, so find a comfortable position. Adopt the Jnana Mudra, straighten the arms out, and slowly rest the chin towards the chest. Close the eyes. Focus on the breath. Again, you might start to find this position becoming quite intense. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of discomfort. Maybe your mind's saying, when am I going to come out of this position? Don't worry about it. Just focus on the breath. Just keep breathing. And take comfort in knowing that this intense feeling, these feelings of discomfort, they're going to pass really soon. Just keep breathing. The longer we can hold ourselves in these positions, the more resilient the mind becomes. When difficult situations or stresses arrive in our life, we can respond to them more positively by taking comfort in knowing that they will pass, just like this intense pose, this intense feeling. Keeping the eyes closed, lift the head back up. Bring the palms to touch in front of the chest into prayer. And thank you so much for joining me for the practice. Namaste.